do you think is inside this bag? No. This is an object made of clay. And for those of you who haven't been in my first speech, I explained in my first speech that my father was from Cappadocia, my mother French, they met there. My father is a potter, and this very object comes from the shop of my father in Alamos. The shop that witnessed the moment of my dad and mom meeting and sealing my fate of whether I will be alive today or not. So it's very important for me. And as you'll see, it has some drawings on it. It's a very old pattern dating back from the Hittite Empire, 16th century BC. But it has a very interesting shape. You see this? Do you know what this is for? This used to be for? It's called a tear ball. Tear ball. Because in ancient times, when a man was going to the war, her wife was collecting her tears of sorrow and to show her affection and love to her in this kind of bottles. And so I'd like to offer this to Mrs. Alet. So that if Taha ever goes to war, she will collect her tears of sorrow inside this bottle. So dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, tonight I'd like to talk to you about the 7 wonders of Cappadocia. I want to show you what you can discover as you go travel from Cappadocia in a 5-minute speech. You know, it's really short. So the first place I'd like to talk about is the salt lake of Şerifli Koçhisar. If you go to Cappadocia from Nevşehir, you will see, so from Ankara to Nevşehir, you will see it, sure. And as you approach the lake, you'll see probably an optical illusion that makes the salt like move, the lake move as if it was water. But if you go there in the summer, there is no water, it's a mirage actually, it's really interesting. And then as you approach the lake more, you'll see arrows. As proper tourists, they see enter here, come here, so you'll probably enter. And you'll move to the shops. From the shops, the salesmen there are really pushy, let me tell you. In order to sell their merchandise, they will do every trick. And one trick they have is they take the salt they collected there, and as you just walk like that, they take your hand, put salt on your lap, and you're gonna, if you smell it, it has some kind of weird smell. It's sticky, and you might ask yourself, am I eating this every night? Is this in my plate? No, it's actually raw salt. It's not the salt that we buy in the supermarket, but it's really strange to touch it. And I'm not sure it's a very effective sales tactic, by the way. And then you're entering the salt lake. You might feel really strange as you're walking on the salt. You're feeling, wow, I'm the only living creature here right now. Because on the salt there is nothing that can survive. No plant, no insect, no animal, nothing, just tourists. And so, after you've taken your usual pictures, you move to the Cappadocia. So, we're going there. One thing you'll probably see from far away is the church of Avanos, and this is a very mystical place. We still don't know as archaeologists what it is exactly. There are some theories. It can be an old Persian temple or what's called a tomb. It's the tomb of a king, maybe of the Galatians. Have you ever heard of the Galatians? It's a really important people of Anatolia during the Hellenistic times after the great Alexander the Great came here, the Hellenistic period, and they came to invade Anatolia. We might have a tomb of the Galatians. But this place is really dangerous. It's not for tourists, it's just for adventurers. So if you ever make it there, you'll see something like this. You see, it's an entirely artificial hill made by human hands. And it's so fragile, we cannot excavate it. So it's still lying there like that. Thirdly, I'd like to talk about the underground cities of Cappadocia. There are many. There is a theory that the networks are so vast that you could connect the underground cities from Kayseri to Nevşehir. It's like a 1 hour trip with car, with the bus. So it's really vast. And this picture is taken from Derinkuyu. It's one of the bigger underground cities that are open for tourists. It goes down 7 levels, guys, 7 levels. And you can see everything needed for living, like kitchens, toilets, how do you call it, air, ventilation, and especially defense mechanism. Interesting. You have huge rocks. Look, you can see it on the upper right corner. You see this like a round-shaped rock. It's a ton. It weighs a ton, and it used to be to block the entrance from the outside. And from the top, they used to throw spears, arrows, and boiling oil. But let me warn you, it's not for everyone. If you're claustrophobic, you'll get lost and you fade away. Or if you're too plump, because let me warn you, the passages are really narrow. It's also part of the defense systems to prevent the enemy to move fast and to touch you. So after you've been there, you can move to Göreme Open Air Museum. It's actually a place that regroups a lot of ancient Christian churches, early Christian churches. As you probably know, during the Roman times, the Christians were persecuted throughout the empire. So the Christians chose to live as monks in mountains. And you'll see when you enter the museum, there are churches inside the rock, fairy chimneys. So it's really interesting, especially as in the heydays of tourism. I cannot speak about it like that now. It's a pilgrimage place for current Christians. A lot of Christians from throughout the world come here as a place to do their religious duties. Then, another thing you'll see throughout Cappadocia are the fairy chimneys. Those are natural constructions of old volcanic rock that have cooled down 200 million years ago. So they're really old, and it's how can you say it? You can say a lot of jokes about that, So, you can laugh a lot. And then you see the Pigeon Valley. So what makes these chimneys fairy chimneys? Well, there are many legends about that, but one of them I will tell is a local one, is a Turkish one. And the legend goes like this. There used to be fairies living in these chimneys, and these fairies had magical powers. They were very friendly towards humans, but those humans, they were not that friendly. Because, it's like, I'll say them this kind of cliche stories. There is a girl from the fairies falling in love with a guy from the humans, and the two races don't want to mix together. So the fairies, who are wiser as the humans, they say, okay, let's be pigeons so that we don't fight with the humans for such a stupid story. So they become pigeons. And in this Pigeon Valley, you'll see a lot of pigeonholes. It's the valley that has the most pigeonholes. That's why it's called the Pigeon Valley. And what's interesting is these pigeonholes. For example, you see behind, you can see holes. Okay, let me finish this. The pigeon shape. They're pooping. I don't know the scientific word. They used to use this feces. Feces to create explosives, because it contains a lot of nitrate and it explodes. Also in the fields to make the crops richer. So let me finish really quickly. Finally, Avanos. It's my town. So Avanos is the historical center of poetry of the region. It's really one of the coolest places you can be in the calmest, because you have the Red River Kızılırmak who's passing through. So I really recommend you to go there and drink a chai, and especially go to the pottery shops and try to make pottery. So as a conclusion, I'd like to say go discover Cappadocia. There are many stories to discover yourself. By any means, you should go there. And as I told in my public relations manager speech, I will try to organize a trip for us. So hopefully we'll go there together. Thank you.